Hello, this is Dr. Susan Poole, and the purpose of this video is to show you the format for your capstone paper. You will start with a title page that includes a page number 1, a running head in all caps, the title of your paper, the course, your instructors, and your name and date. On the second page, you should start with a centered heading, Capstone Part 1, Literature Review. Then use a left flush heading. I'm calling this a level 2 heading, and put your 2 or 3 paragraphs of your introduction to the problem. You should be having sources cited in appropriate format. If there's a direct quote, be sure it has the authors or location, the year, and the page number. You will have a section called the pie coat question and search strategy. And then you will put the level of evidence scale from Melnick and Fineout-Overholt in this paper. You will be critiquing 2 articles and a set of guidelines. So I want to see a left flush heading for article number 1. You may add some additional words to that so that you know which article it is. The next several paragraphs belong to article number 1. Your first subheading is going to be validity. Notice it is indented 5 spaces, bold, with a period, couple spaces, and then the text continuing on the same line. Results is another subheading. Applicability, strengths, and weaknesses is a third subheading, and all 3 of these are talking about article number 1. This shows the organization of your paper and makes it easier for me to grade the next section. When you add article number 2, you'll have similar subheadings again. When you add the guidelines, another new left flush heading for the guidelines, then a subheading of credibility, applicability, and your recommendations. Notice there are no extra spaces before headings or between paragraphs. Everything is consistently double-spaced. Headings may change from one version to another, so please go by your headings recommended in the syllabus. The final section of Capstone Part 1 is conclusions from the Lit Review. This may be a couple paragraphs or 3, and I'd like to see a list of major conclusions, a bulleted list if you have several conclusions. Name each source at least once in your conclusion list. That will be the conclusion of Part 1. When you add Part 2, it'll be a new centered heading, a level 1 centered heading for Capstone Part 2. This will be the education and evaluation plan. You'll have some subheading, some left flush headings such as teaching plan, interview with mentor, and evaluation of effectiveness. You will be creating some appendices, an outline of your teaching plan, your educational material like brochure or PowerPoint, and some charts and graphs that show how you evaluated it. All of those appendices will be going after the reference list. You will refer the reader to the appendices after you create them. Later in leadership, you'll do Capstone Part 3. So this is the third centered heading, and some possible left flush headings based on the outline provided for you by that instructor. All of the paragraphs are going before the references. References must be in APA format. They must be indented with the second and subsequent lines indented 5 spaces. This makes it very easy to find the first author or the first couple words of your reference. If you have appendices, they'll go after the references, and each one will begin on a new page. This concludes the overview for your capstone paper. Follow your instructions in your course for the headings and how far you should go for each section. Thank you.